Hello guys, welcome back to AWM FX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Hopefully you guys are in great health and of course great wealth too, earning a lot of money from the market. I've been having a fantastic week last week. So today I'm gonna do some sharing on how I get into some of these trades. Of course, you will definitely. I'm gonna promise you, you will definitely learn a few tips or tricks about the trades that I took. All right. Okay. So first of all, let's jump into the first trade. All right, that I took last week. Okay, before that, I'm going to share something. This is a setup. I'm not sure whether I did share it before. It's a setup that we call it as a QMTR. Of course, in my native language, it's called Quasimodo. Of course, the Quasimodo level. Tak respect. Tak means it's not respect. So it's setup that don't respect the Quasimodo. All right. So how do we get into this kind of trade? It's very, very, very simple. All right. So first of all, let me draw a simple Quasimodo setup for you. So a lot of you do know what is a Quasimodo setup, where the price making a high and higher low, and then suddenly a most highest high, and then there's a drop. All right. So what you expect here is that you expect the price to come into this area. Let me get the color differently. So most of you will expect the price to come into this area and then sell it over here. All right, sell it over here. So what do I mean by QMTR? Okay, QMTR is a setup, okay, where the price does not respect the QM level. All right, instead of doing this, what happened was that the price continually going up, break everything. Okay, this kind of setup, a lot of people will think that it's a failed setup. Yes, it's a fail, but there is always an opportunity inside a failure. All right, so how do you identify it? So first of all, the level. All right, the level is still the same. We still maintain the level. All right, so what we're gonna look at it is that at this point, at this area, right, where the level collects, all right, this area, you will look for fresh zone or king. All right, if it's a king, you're gonna take it as it is. If it's a supply and demand zone, right, you're gonna take the supply and demand zone. Right, so it's very, very simple. And I'm gonna flip it so that you guys can see it properly. All right, so if the price is making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, ultimate lower low, then break the structure over here. It broke the structure and you're expecting the price supposed to reverse over here, somewhere around here, but it does not do that and it continuously break everything. All right, so look for something suspicious at the QML area. Right, this will be your trade. All right, so now let me explain how I go into my trade. All right, so first of all, what I saw actually is not something that I saw. It's something that somebody told me. Then, of course, continuously I learn from that. All right. So if you look at it, the price is moving high, low, lower high, lower low over here, and then the price break the structure, break the structure. So you're expecting. First of all, let me get the line clear. All right. So we have the line over here, right? This is exactly like what I've drawn, but you flip it. All right. So exactly over here, the price supposed to come back because there is a lot of price structure. You're expecting the price to come back, all right, nicely, and then reverse. Means that it's supposed to be a buy trade over here. But what happened was that the price bulldozed all the way, all right, all the way towards down the downside. So it gives us another opportunity. You have to look at it, always look at things differently. Give us another opportunity how to go into another trade. Right? So here at this place, like what I told you, look for something suspicious. Exactly at the QML line, there is something suspicious. There is a drop base drop. All right, there is a drop, base drop over here. There is a supply zone over here. All right, so first of all, this is a 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart. Right, I'm going to make the line. Right, so 1 hour chart. So what you can do is that you can trade as it is. It's not wrong, right? It is not wrong. You can trade as it is. All right, the price came into this area again and then drop. You will have a very nice risk reward uh, ratio. All right, but for me, right, I will go into a lot of time frame. I'll be looking for a lot of suspicious thing. Right, so first of all, of course, I switch it to higher time frame. Let me see. Nothing there. Then I'm gonna switch it. Just now was 1 hour chart, right? So now I'm gonna switch it to 30 minutes. Let me see what I can get over here. All right, what can I get over here? So over here, what we have is another kind of setup in the box. If you look at it, I did not move my box. All right, I did not move my box. The box is still there. But what I can see or what I can identify from this area was that there is a decision point. All right, there is an obvious decision point. All right, so what do I mean by decision point? All right, I'm going to explain everything. Don't worry. So decision point is something that when the price drop, all right, it tends to make a price structure something like this. All right, bear with me, bear with me. You will learn a lot of things, right? Today, definitely you will learn a lot of things. Of course, my drawing is not so nice. Then what happened was that the price picked up. All right, before the fall. All right. So if you look at it, this area, this is the price is moving in range. All right, in lower time frame. Then suddenly what happened was that the price picked. All right, something that it moved the price up before the great fall. So this is the whole thing is what we call it as the decision point. This whole thing is what we call it as a decision point because at this point the decision was made, the price is going to continue going down. So means that will be possibility, very high possibility there will be some more pending order over here. Right? So to confirm what we're gonna see is that usually we'll look at the back, we will find there is some rejection. All right, there will be some rejection around this area, right? Around this area. So if you look at our setup over here at 30 minutes, what we have a rejection exactly at this point. And then over here, you can see that there is a lot of rejection, right? The price came down, reject. Then suddenly what happened was the price picked up before it went down. All right, pick up before it went down. So you have two choices over here. You have two choices. You know your decision point. So now you know your maximum pain level. You already know your maximum pain level. So this level is your maximum pain level, right? This is your maximum pain level. So we always trade for a sell. Remember this. I'm going to write it down. For sell, all right? For sell, trade supply above maximum pain level, right? For sell, you trade supply above maximum pain level. All right, for buy, right? I guess you guys know what I'm going to try to say. Demand below MPL. All right, keep this thing in your mind. This is very, very important. So we have our rules over here. For sell, now we're looking for a sell. Trade supply zone above MPL. All right, trade supply zone above MPL. Of course, I will not judge other people's how they draw their supply or demand zone. All right, that is up to you. But for me, if you are following me, I'm not say follow if you believe what I said, you can backtest it. This is how I draw my zone. So inside the box over here, I'm gonna get a different color first. All right. So inside the box over here, I have a zone. I have my zone, my supply zone. You can see very clearly there is only one supply zone over here. There is no other zone. This is the fifth. All right, this is the fifth type of zone that I usually use. I have 5 types of zone only. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5. All right, I identified. So this is how I do my trade, and this is how I sniper my trade. So I place my trade over here. All right, and the price came into the area and then dropped nicely. Dropped nicely. All right, it dropped nicely. Fantastic. I can tell you this is a really, really fantastic trade. You can see it very nicely. All right, then what happened? So as I was in the 30 minutes chart, I saw another QML. All right, another QML. So this trade is done, it's moving. Then I saw another QML. What is the QML over here? If you can see, the price is moving high, 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 low, ultimate high, high, and then suddenly there's a drop. It broke the structure over here. All right, it broke the structure over here. So this is qualified for a QML. This is qualified for a QML. So where's your entry zone? Same. This will be your zone. All right, this will be your zone. The price came back to this area and then dropped again. So I have 2 trades. Trade number 1, trade number 2. So the price is keep going down. It was a fantastic week. I can tell you, I don't know how to mention it. It was really a fantastic week. All right, along the movement over here, you can get some other trade, but I'm not very good at it. I have to admit, right? This is another type of trade that one of my mentor taught, right? She teaches this is the trend continuous trade using the trend line. I'm not very good with the trend line because sometimes for me, I do not know how to judge whether I should put it at the body or the wick. All right, but for her, a trend line is just a trend line as a guidance. That's all. So over here, of course, definitely you can see something suspicious. When the price drop, you can see there's a doji, and then this will be your entry point. But this trade I didn't took because I have to admit it, I am not very good at it. All right, I only teach something that I not sure. I only share something that I feel that I can I won't say expert, I'm more familiar with it so that you guys can learn from it. So simple. This is a QMTR trade. All right, this is a very simple QMTR trade. Of course, with sniper entry, you can get maximum of profit. Right? I was having a fantastic week. I can tell you, really, really fantastic week. Right? Fantastic week. All right, so this is one of the trade that I took. Then there is, of course, another trade that I took. All right, of course, it's a goal. It's a goal. So what happened was that the price was coming up. All right, and then there is a double maru over here. You can see there's a double maru over here. Wait a minute. So I have to explain what is a double maru. All right, double maru means that maru bozu, double maru bozu candlestick. All right, so when the double maru candlestick over here, you can see there is a king. We call it the king setup. The price is making a king below, the shadow below, and the shadow above. All right, so this is a double maru. So how do we have a confirmation? We change it into lower time frame to see is there any supply or demand zone over here. Right, of course, this is about supply zone. Yes, we have exactly at this area, but there is the problem. All right, I've told you guys, if the zone with a small wick like this, all right, you might take consideration of the whole zone. But if the wick is very long, something example, if this is the blue candle, the wick is so long, I won't take it. But if it's not really that significant, you might take this wick. All right. So of course, I have to admit, I didn't entry at this point. I did entry because it does not trigger my trade. All right. It does not trigger my trade. Very far away. Oh, crying. It does not trigger my trade. Can you see? Just a few pips away. Should I be crying? Should I be crying? No. you always have to be positive about trading. This is the second things I need to share with you. All right. Why? I told you there is always an opportunity in failure, right? So what happened was that you stick to this time frame, or I stick to this time frame, and I saw something we call as a, what, you guess it? Let you guess, or let me draw everything and let you guess. All right? What kind of setup is this? QML. The price is making QML drop all the way, and then what happened? The price came back. This is even better. Why? Because there is only one zone. Right? That it won't be 2 zone, 3 zone, MPL, QML. No, this is so simple, and this is what we call as a QML, quick retest. Very fast, within a few, the duration is almost the same. Sometimes it might double, that's all. The price came back up. Okay, pick on the only zone you have over here. All right, it pick on the only zone, and I have a even smaller stop loss. Right, if I enter the previous one, I have stop loss around 40 over pips, right, which I don't like. Now my stop loss is only 18 pips to 19 pips, right? So what happened was that the price came back, tagged this zone, and then what happened? What happened? Let you guess. It drops all the way. Can you see? So you have to be reminded every time there is always an opportunity in failure, right? Don't say it. Sometimes you might get stopped out once. Don't give up, right? Always look for another opportunity. You will definitely see something very, very nice. All right. Okay. That's all for today. Right. Hopefully you guys really get the tips or the tricks that I share with you. It's not about bragging. It's about how you look at the chart and how you get the trade in. All right. So trade carefully. All right. Be safe. That's all for today. If you like what I share with you, please do give me a like and do subscribe to the channel. I will share more and more, and I'm gonna make a set of supply and demand video from the basic to the insight in depth. All right, when I reach 2,500 subscribers. All right, so see you guys then. Bye.